It is that time again for Attack on Titan, the final season. Or should we say the Attack on Titan final to the final season? Sorry, finale to the final season. Which is the finale to the final season's second part or third part. I kind of lost count if I can be perfectly honest with you. All I gotta say is I am bloody lucky that that I joined the Attack on Titan bandwagon late. Because, my God, if I was there from day one, like, hell, man. I was lucky because I think I started watching it a year and a half ago. And by the time I finished watching the third season, the fourth season was, I think, a month out, which was supposed to be the final season. And then, of course, it needed to be split into two parts, which isn't a problem, but it was like the final season part 2. And then it turned into like the final season part 3 with another break, and then part 4. And do not get me wrong, when it hit season 3, season 4, it was amazing. But the pacing of the final season feels very disjointed. And I get you can't 100% blame the people animating it because they thought it was probably going to end by a certain part, but it didn't. And then they had to reassess, and then they did it again. And then, like, because we got that special, I don't know how many months ago. Maybe last year or this year, I don't even remember, see? And now we're getting this special to wrap it up. But hell, would it have been better to have those together? I know they wanted to drip feed it just so they get advertisement and people to buy the manga, but 90% or 95% of the story or 98% of the story is already done. And so now we're basically watching it to get the finale of the last like 2% or 5% or whatever. So it kind of just, you know when you're watching something, it builds up the tension, it builds up the drama, it builds up the hype, and then you get something and it's like a free fall at the end of the chapter, and it builds up the next chapter or the next, you know how in theater and story writing and anything like that? Attack on Titan's final season basically lost that. The first part of the finale had it, because obviously it had the multiple episode and the structure and everything. And the second part sort of also had that. But this final part, you know, the end of the runway where you're supposed to land this plane, because I'm kind of having to go into this cold. Whereas when you're watching a whole season before you get the finale, you're basically warm and primed. You're full of those, you know, like juices and excitement and hormones and everything. It's been months. And personally, I got what I wanted last time. And it came extra crispy. So I'm good. Like, I could literally not watch the finale now and be like, fine. So, like, for someone like me, 90% of what I wanted out of the finale I already got. Like, you know what I mean? They should have kept it together. They should have kept it together. I don't know what to say. I still gotta watch it, of course. I'm not gonna go like 98% and not watch the ending. But pacing wise, it would have been a much better experience if it was bundled together. That and the fact that I believe Japanese animation companies should probably get a dictionary for Christmas. That is not what finale means. Or final, or like... yeah, that's just false advertisement at this point, which is illegal everywhere else in the world except Japan, for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, let's have some fun. I hope it's good. It should be good. And then we'll have a bit of a discussion, as we always do at the end. Of course, this is a blind reaction. Oh yeah, we've had troubles with Attack on Titan, so I'm putting sub-only chat. I'm not going to take risks. We've had trouble with Attack on Titan in the past, so we're not risking it. I just remembered. I just remembered I had like PTSD. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting it spoiled at this point. And if I start seeing deleted comments in the chat, I'm just not going to read the chat at all. Please be warned. There are some franchises where people will never spoil, and I'm incredibly grateful for those franchises. Naruto Shippuden is one of them. I went through the entirety of Naruto Shippuden without anyone spoiling anything. Even when I was theory crafting about a hair's length away from something that happens 200 episodes later, no one said shit. And I am 100% thankful to everyone that was there on those streams and kept everything under wraps. Love you for it. And then there are some franchises where back in season 1, some guy just runs in and starts screaming there are titans in the walls. And luckily for me, I didn't really pay attention to it. I'm just like, what? Because there are titans in the walls. It means there are titans within the walls, as in there are titans in the city. So thankfully for me, overthinking something, I interpreted it as there are titans in the city. I'm like, well, I was kind of suspecting there might already be a titan hidden somewhere in the city. So you know what I mean? Whereas I didn't take it as the literal, there are titans in the literal fucking wall. So thankfully for me, my own overthinking stopped me from getting spoiled, but you get the point that I'm trying to make about some asshole watching a blind reaction at season 1 going, I'm gonna spoil it, I have fun on the internet. It's like, no, you have nothing else to do with your time, and instead of joining a community and enjoying something and chatting, you think you're actually ruining something, which you really didn't. But nice work. You're really getting somewhere in life. Probably not actually, but you get my point. So thankfully I was overthinking it. And I'm not doing the new opening reaction or anything like that. I'm watching the thing. That's what I'm watching and that's what we're discussing. I don't want to spoil myself or anything like that. And we'll see where we go from there, honestly. Thoughts, predictions, and all that other stuff. I think I've sort of pretty much talked about it when we watched the last part of it. So just basically take that as any thoughts and predictions, because that was probably the best time for me to do it when everything was 100% fresh. So take whatever I said in the previous video as thoughts and predictions. As always, even from the beginning, characters like Gabby and all that, I really do like them. I'm kind of thankful that a lot of people are like, oh, you kind of look at it much deeper than Gabby's evil because she shot a person that I like. It's like, well, quid pro quo, these people are doing this and these people are doing that, and welcome to war, and Potato Girl got shot, which is obviously Potato Girl's funny. But you have to, understand the complexity from both sides. They were in enemy lines attacking people, and the girl grabbed a rifle and she shot an enemy combatant. It's not like she shot a civilian. You know what I mean? You might be like, I hate Gabby, I want to kill her. It's like, whoa. Apart from wanting to kill a child, let's actually logically process this from another point of view, And so, of course, I'm not happy she shot Potato Girl. I can sort of understand why she shot Potato Girl. And then you take a look at through all the struggles that she goes through later when Potato Girl's family is nice to her and she feels the guilt and the crippling and the exploration. That's what I really loved about that season. It explores the weight of war. And that's what Attack on Titan does very well. It's not necessarily about killing and slash and eviscerate and kill. It's kind of yeah, there's that, but there's also the very human element of you're losing friends, you're losing family, you're depressed, you're suffering, there's PTSD, there's trauma, all of those elements, they get explored really, really well. And that's what I really like Attack on Titan for. It's not necessarily the people on the zip lines and using gas canisters and jumping around. It's quite frankly, if I wanted that, I'd just watch Spider-Man. Same shit, basically, right? This is just with razor blade knives, right? Get what I mean, right? Whereas the deeper elements of the story and the people and the human side and everything, that's what makes Attack on Titan. Not necessarily the fighting and the Titans, but the storytelling and the human element and the exploration of the human psyche. That's what I loved about it. That's what I love about it. But then again, that's just me. Different people like different things. But that's just me. That's my take on it and everything like that. So let's see where it goes. But like I said, I got a lot of what I wanted last time. Extra crispy. And I have my guesses since if this end, I'm pepping major characters getting killed off, or if this is actually the end. Mate, if this is not the fucking end, and I'm going to be in Japan in about a month, I'm just going to rock up to the studio with a fucking dictionary and be like, here's a bookmark. Final. This is not the end. I'm gonna lose it. You don't get to say that word. Anyways, let's just watch it. And I'm eating because this stream is outside the normal stream times. I'm gonna be streaming for like 9 hours. I haven't eaten. Like, come on. Deep. I'll tell you something else that's deep. Oh yeah, I remember this with people selling out their family and friends and shit. I'm happy about one thing. I'm gonna get to re-experience. I don't think I've edited Attack on Titan even from season 1 on YouTube. But after this, I'm gonna get to re-experience the entire series while I'm editing it out for YouTube, because I need to eviscerate the crap out of the YouTube edit because I can't have the whole thing. So I'm gonna be watching scenes multiple times. And as someone that has spent time in theater, I'm really gonna start appreciating the inner monologue of the characters, particularly the Titans that were behind enemy lines when we didn't know there were Titans. So I'm gonna be picking up all that shit. I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be so good. I love it. I'm gonna literally pick up everything. Hell, I might even just like stream the editing process. It's so fun. It's gonna be so good. That's the worst part about editing an ongoing series. I might pick up shit which I'm not supposed to pick up because I'm like going through the same scene over and over. Like, why is this person doing this? Man, Levi got nerfed so hard. He was so OP, they had to nerf him in multiple ways. We're taking an eyeball, we're taking fingers, we're taking limbs. Go, son! He had a death wish ever since he came back. Like, the crippling PTSD that he had was basically like, I want to F and die. And it's not like, well, if you want to die, you can, but you can also go to Valhalla. You know, people don't actually understand the difficulty of flying a plane like that. You think like, oh, you just go left and you go right and you go like, no, 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 no. If it doesn't have the hydraulics and the assist, he's manually pulling the rudder against all the wind that's pushing it the other way. If it doesn't have like, the electronic hydraulics and everything helping you with the steering. So he's literally fighting the wind. And hoping that the fucking wings don't snap off. More than they probably already have. Sorry, excuse me. Why is there Russian there? I'm probably unable to read it because we don't have all the Russian letters. That might be F-I-N-A. That could be an L. B-N. We don't have this one. And I don't think this is an I. C-E-Z-O-N. Oh. Final ni saison. Oh, final season. Oh, that's pretty fucking obvious. Whoops. Why is it in Russian, though? Probably because someone got the Russian torrent. Torrent? What are you talking about? All the subtitles are in Russian. Zuckerbliet. Oh, fuck. Bitva neba I zemlji. By the way, I'm reading it from a Serbian point of view, so I don't have all the letters. Just like, don't give me shit for misreading Russian. I don't have all your letters, and some letters mean different things. So I think this means the fight between heaven and earth. Bitva neba I zemlja. Neba means sky or heaven. I zemlja is earth. So it could be battle between heaven and earth. Could be interpreted as the battle of heaven and earth. See? I get some of it right. The battle of heaven. Shut up, subtitles! The fucking subtitles 2 seconds later. Let me do my thing. I want to be special for once. I can contribute. Oh no, pigs are very intelligent. You guys know the story of when I was helping the sow give birth to her pigs? People look at pigs like they're just like stupid. They're not. They're very intelligent, clean creatures. The way we treat animals is just atrocious. And quite frankly, the way we treat humans is actually quite atrocious too. When you really think about it, humans are the monsters on this planet. People like bacon too much. I don't even eat bacon. Not even from like a thing, but like I don't understand or like the flavor. Like particularly. I'll eat beef and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily have sauce on my face. Ivar. Not to be confused with Ivar Lothbrok, but... Anyway, whatever. I can be a messy puma today. Oh god, it's on my fingers! Oh, she released them. Do you like pork at all? We eat a lot of pork in Serbia. But like, yeah, if it's like on the spit and it's still warm, it's nice and the crispy flesh. But like, I eat a lot of beef, to be honest. A lot of people like lamb. I'm like okay with it. They like the fat. I like beef, honestly. I eat a lot of kangaroo though. Damn, look at him go. Time to go to Valhalla. Okay, I have a fear. I have a fear. I don't know if it's realistic. I have a fear that everything will play out and then Eren's gonna do some bullshit where they've gone through all these experiences, and then they're going to loop back in time the same way Eren did when he kissed the girl's hand, and they all share the visions that he had. So they've basically gone through this whole experience, but they loop back in time to that point and prevent all this shit from happening, and everyone lives happily ever after. Don't do that to me. Do not do that shit. Don't do that. Oh god, it's one of those anime! Okay, I wasn't expecting that. What is this, Naruto Shippuden? Nice landing. Hey, he landed the plane. Guys, those words are gonna get us banned on YouTube. Don't pop them in chat. And don't approve it. The fact that he's alive from a landing like that is like a miracle. Get low! Man, this is like the final boss in a Final Fantasy game. You get to fight all of the things. Mikasa, calm your tits. Get good. Look, she's doing the Tsuka Rush B strategy, and it's working. Damn! This is why I firmly believe in dead man switches. Damn you, Aizen. Oh, ho, ho. That's slow motion. You know what would be effed? If Eren purposefully put all these guards guarding the neck, but the thing is actually in his tail, and it's just misdirection. He's just luring them to the wrong side. You know what I absolutely love? The amount of times that they can remix songs in Attack on Titan and create a completely new sound, but at the back of your mind, you're still feeling the original theme. And guys, please don't approve anything that has been flagged. Thank you. Because then I gotta reset everything again. So, like, don't do it. So Levi is nerfed to shit. His grip on the blade is low. His depth perception is gone. He is beyond injured and fatigued, and he's still slaughtering everything. I know about double taps, but triple taps. Levi is seriously one of those in a generation people, honestly. It's like a once in a generation person that's born that can achieve such things if the conditions are just right. Jesus Christ, we're back with this. I'm lucky I ate before watching this. Ew. This is some weird... She's into some weird shit. To be fair, they put her through some shit. And from what we've seen, she unlocked the paddock with the pigs. So I don't consider her a bad person. Try pushing your triggers. I'm sorry, as soon as I saw his face, I automatically remember that moment with Reiner. It's like, hey, I'm the armored titan, and he's the big tall guy. And Eren's just like, and Mikasa's just like, and everyone's just like, and I'm just like, I can't wait to see my face. I haven't seen my reaction to that in like fucking forever. I can't wait to it's just like we've got this whole plot and this whole scheme and this whole everything, and Rhino with his fucking brain damage is like, hey bro, I'm the enemy. Like, I didn't even believe it. I did like at the time. I did like what? Who would do that? It was funny seeing you double check and triple check you heard them correctly when you switched to the dub version to confirm it. Because it's so freaking insane! Who does that? Oh, he dead. He in the neck. Or did it bite the whole neck off? Because if it bit below that, he's still inside. Wait, that's self-damage. Oof. Wow, he said we. It's like... it's like... like, you gotta look at it from Reiner's point of view, right? He was young when he went behind enemy lines. But he was part of the team, but he was never really part of the team. But even after all this, he went home, and he would have technically been like a hero and recognized and all this sort of stuff. But he couldn't really integrate with the society. He was just a tool. And the whole plan was like, yeah, you basically train up your replacement and then he eats you. He was never really integrated or accepted for who he was, rather what he was, which was a weapon. He wasn't a person, he was just a tool to be used and thrown away. Whereas here, he's seen as a person. So the only people that actually treated him as an individual are the very people that he originally set out to destroy and didn't even see as human. See, I like the depth of this show. This is what I like. Yike! What is this, a Telltale game? Oh yeah, I forgot they had a flying one. Who is more useful? Yeah, but here's the thing. One's your friend. The other one's a high-ranked captain who's very useful. The other guy's the enemy, but he's not injured. Like, you know what I mean? Are you logical? Or are you emotional? Hey, look, it's cars. Hey, plot convenience. I have no idea how this is happening, but I'm just going along with it. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a Titan. Wait, so can we load up all the people on this thing and fly away? I mean, you could, but then what are you gonna do? Wait a minute, why is that bitch still alive? Aye! Drown her like the frickin' Titanic now! I know, it's like Super Mario. I like how the Warhammer Titan is just like, I'm gonna keep holding you like this for dramatic purposes. I could throw you over, I could do something else, but the plot demands I stand like this. For a while. I could be throwing off those explosives around the nape, you know, but I'm not gonna. Just take it as a win and go along with it. This shit happens once in a while. You know, once in an anime every now and then. Just go along with it. Well, here's your first mistake. We need to stop the apocalypse. This is a rescue mission. It's like, yeah, you're chasing two rabbits right now. Well, how quick are you with the bolt action rifle? That's the real question. Let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and a bunch of pickaxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you can fire and do the bolt, sorry, 16 and do the bolt again, even with some staggering, you should be able to take half of them. Yeah. Oh, they get a few more guns. Yeah, that's not going to do much. I mean, is saving humanity really the answer? And when we speak about humanity, it's those assholes. Ah, crap, it's Sasuke. Oh! Just using him as a projectile, I love it. It's just like, I'ma just keep standing here, holding it up like this. I'ma not do anything else. Just like, okay. God forbid they attack simultaneously. I need to give these titans some fight lessons. Oh! What is this fucking wrestling? Double kick. And this one's just standing there. Can I drop her now? Or do I just like stand here? Like, what do I do? See what I mean? See what I freaking mean? It's just like, I stabbed her, I gotta... Do I like throw her off or do I just like, I don't know. Woof! Well, this girl is just like freaking invincible. She pulled the Uno reverse card. You activated my trap card. That is just bullshit. He's basically the right Raikage now. He's basically doing all the wrestling moves. Gabby is a fucking surgeon with a rifle. She's like, my god, she is Slav. She is an honorary Slav. If I could, I would give her like the medal of the Soviet Union. Jesus. Imagine if Levi was a Titan. If Levi was a Titan, like, game over. Like, freaking game over. If he could regenerate his injuries, Levi, game over. Like, game over. Like, literally, game over. How much you want to bet all the dead people that are just waiting for people to die are taking bets to how long it's going to take for Levi to die? He's like, this motherfucker's unkillable. It's like, how many attacks do you think he's going to dodge? It's like, put money on 50. Put money on 60. They're just like taking bets. I mean, what else do you have to do in the afterlife? Except gamble. And fight. And drink. And fight. Yes, Miss Hutchin.
A dog came in and pooped and went back.
Wait, on my yard? Can we close the gate?
Too late, she did that already.
What dog?
Like a kitsune type of dog with the orange leash.
A kitsune dog. Okay, just close the front door. And we'll tell Alex to close the front gate so they don't come into our yard. A fucking dog came into my yard, shit, and went...
He literally came in just to poop and then came back.
Well, can you close the thing and tell Alex to close it as well? The dog keeps shit in my front yard. I thought it was Oscar. A dog literally comes to our front yard, shits and leaves. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to rig the door with a wire that's going to hold the door open like a stick or something. When the dog walks in, it's going to trip the stick. The door's just going to close and the dog's going to be stuck in my front yard. It'll be like, you dirty mutt, shit in my yard. It's going to be, but the owner is going to come there. It's like, oh, so the owner knows that the dog is shitting in my yard. I'm putting a fucking bear trap for the owner. Your limbs belong to me now. What the fuck was that? It's like Annie and Annie... What the fuck? No, it's like Annie and like Annie 2.0. That would definitely break something. Nice knee. Nice. She's gotten better. How would you like to die? Instantaneous crushing or like, you know? I'd say that the being crushed would be a lot less painful than jumping off the cliff and then hitting the water. It'd be even worse if you don't die from the fall, but you get injured and you slowly die. No, not the poor giraffes. Kill the humans, but not the giraffes. Hey, here's an interesting fact. You know why giraffes have long necks? Because all the giraffes that didn't have long necks couldn't eat the food that was on the trees and they starved to death. Welcome to how cruel nature is. Are they trying to do a Schindler's List with the black and white and like the kid in the red? Why? Because the baby's innocent? I don't think the Titan gives a shit. The Titan is on like right click with the mouse move forward, like autopilot. What, you're gonna try to talk her out of it? Just building a sandcastle. It's nothing I can do. Build a sand. I mean, what the fuck you do at the end of the world when there's nothing you can do? You fucking build a sandcastle. The ultimate Uno reverse card. He thought he was in control, but he wasn't. The lyrics hit differently. Ist das der Zerstörer oder Schoffer? That's been around since season 1 in a few songs. Is that the destroyer or the creator? Literally the entire Yumi issue of the series. You know where I know that the German Zerstörer from? It's from the Rammstein song. Oh, good shit. I probably butchered that, but I tried my best. But I probably butchered that. But I tried. Alright? I tried. Guys, this is like a movie. I'm getting my snacks and I'm getting my stuff. I'm enjoying this. I don't know if they put opening and ending in the movie, but they uploaded them on YouTube. I know, someone's linked them. Okay, but to be fair, all these objects and all these things of which life is made from, especially for carbon-based life form, we are created from the earth and everything like that. And in the end, if we die naturally and are not cremated, we basically return to the earth. So yes, that is correct. Humans do multiply, but mass as a whole doesn't increase or decrease. It just changes its form and its shape. It still exists. And this whole thing of life, it's like multiplying and it's adapted and survived. It's like, yes, the humans that are alive today are the offspring generationally of the humans that adapted and survived. But many that did not adapt and survive simply just returned to the earth. They were either eaten or they died or they drowned or something like this, something like that. Returned to the earth from which we're all created. We eat, we consume, we breathe, we drink, we grow. It's part of a cycle. That's nature. That's animals. That's insects. That's worms. Like it's this massive ecosystem which has this balance and it lives. It's an organic thing of all these organic things that are just just going and eating and living and growing and dying and surviving and changing and multiplying and nature. All it's this beautiful organic thing. Poor Dio. Oh, right. Is he Dio's VA? My god, that time Dio got reincarnated as a Titan and finally broke. Bound to happen. He spent some time in the slime world, some time in this world, some time in that world. But, like, to be fair, like, he makes a fair point. Does the survival of our species really matter that much? If our species was to be completely wiped out, the Earth would continue. There would just be different species. I think he's like jaw dropped because he's playing with a leaf while everything around him is just sand. Where'd the leaf come from? He just transformed it into a freaking ball! Wait, so different people perceive it differently. What the hell? I mean, it's not exactly wrong. It's like, what is the deeper meaning to life? What is this? What is that? What is the overall purpose? And it's like, you're so obsessed on the big picture that you don't see the forest for the trees. You can enjoy the snack while you're enjoying the show and enjoying the drink and having a good time. You can appreciate that, value it, and taste it and be satisfied. Or you could just sit there in perpetuity thinking about what is the point of all this. Enjoy it. Be present. The important thing is the miracle of life itself. Yeah. And just count the blessing that you have the opportunity to experience it and try to make the best of it and be grateful for it. I mean, shit. I'm happy right now. I'm very happy right now. I'm a happy chappy. I'm thinking of absolutely nothing negative at all. Of course, the chair could be fancier, more comfortable. The screen could be bigger and better quality. The sound could be superior and all these other shit. Or I can be completely satisfied in this moment with what I have and be in bliss. Sorry, I was muted. I was just saying, look at this thing. I was just saying, everyone's like running or hopping or something, and this thing at the back is just going like blah, 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 blah. You know what I hate most about the Titans more than anything? The way they run. The way they run. And they're like, hey, I'm ready, I'm gonna eat you. Like, I would just want to decapitate them on the spot just for that. Not for any other reason, just because they annoy me. Sorry, did someone just regain sentience and control in the Ymir world? So basically the way Ymir is actually using their bodies and their powers is by having them in stasis. And now that they're waking up and regaining control of their individual bodies, they're basically able to do this. Holy crap, the tide has shifted. Holy shit, the talk no jutsu actually worked! Fucking slub girl. Okay. Everyone's like, she hit the target. You don't fucking understand. She is on a bird going in one direction. The target is going in another direction in another speed. The fucking whole Titan thing is moving. There is wind. There is momentum. The amount of fucking bullet correction that would go in. If you are a stationary thing, your target is stationary. The amount of accounting that you have to do for the goddamn wind and everything and the humidity and the earth's spin is hard enough. Now your target is a moving target. You're the moving target at different speeds and you still land the shot. I am sorry, but that is fucking amazing. Gabby wins. Gabby fucking wins. And she's a child. She deserves the award of the Soviet Union. I don't give a fuck. Like, seriously! Bitches love cannons! Somewhere out there, Alucard is proud. Right in the fucking eye! Like, fuck! Somewhere out there, Odin is like, I want that one. Everyone's like, fuck off! This is like the fucking battle royale. The fucking battle royale of Attack on Titan. Titan on Titan, human on Titan, human on human. Fuck yeah! God damn it, Dio, you're a fucking STD. This guy never dies. You thought it was a Titan, but it's me, Dio. God damn it, Dio. Wait, so you're basically telling me Ymir just wanted friends. She was just lonely. So maybe the Titans were the friends we made along the way. God damn it. I didn't want to destroy the world, I just wanted friends. It's like... Have we been here before? I feel like we've been here before. This keeps happening. Someone's like an inch within destroying the planet. It's like, I just wanted friends. I just wanted to be understood. What are you, the World Health Organization? Question. I get that you wanted to show that he was back, but did you have to do his butt? You couldn't do the top half, could you? Like, no, the butt is mandatory. God damn it, Japan. You never bothered to appreciate it, did you? What about the wind in your hair? To be expected. Hey, 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 hey! Don't stop now! Did you want to give them false hope before you start moving again? I mean, I can understand it, but don't stop now, you're so close. Finish them off! Finish them! Sorry, I'm actually on side with the Titans here. Oh my god, it's the Schindler List. It's the kid, isn't it? The guy on the edge of the cliff. Imagine being like the guy that died last. It's like, hey, if I survive for 2 more seconds. Am I the only one that thinks that with just the head he looks like Orochimaru? I don't want to be that guy, but like the mission comes first. If you have one casualty and achieve the mission, when it comes to the apocalypse, I would deem that to be acceptable. Honestly, you're making the mother of all omelets here. You can't go cry over every egg. Like, seriously. So they needed a literal act of God to win, and they got it. Let me guess. This is going to be Eren's plan all along so that humanity finally learns to appreciate life rather than killing other people simply because, I don't know, they're born on the other side of the fence or some shit. Probably because he saw this coming. Eren wasn't trying to destroy the world, he was trying to save it from the humans. I mean, that could be part of his plan, honestly. That's what I thought like months ago. What happened? Did these idiots end up killing each other? Confirm the kill. Confirm the kill. Confirm. Congratulations, Slub Girl. Your prize for getting that headshot are parents. Fuck giving her Titan abilities. Give that girl a sniper rifle. He's mortally wounded, isn't he? Hmm? He's holding him, isn't he? They're like dead. This is like, we're dead, but we gotta kill it. What now? If it's the attack titan, you're basically all left. I don't know, he's probably gonna give you a lecture on diversity or something. I mean, if this was created in America, but like, I don't know, it's created in Japan, so there's still hope. I have a lingering suspicion that this was Eren's plan all along. You need to destroy the world to recreate a better world in its place. Because everyone was so fixated on the us versus them mentality. At the end, the world needed to be reduced to its most basic form, to see there isn't an us or them mentality, there's only us. Which unfortunately means you have to kill so many people, but you get my point. I'm trying to think really quickly. Does the gas, is that like basically going to kill them or it's going to turn them? I'm not going to read the chat, but I'm like, it still hasn't clicked. I'm about to see it though. Yep. It turns him. Can't believe you did this to my Gabby! You bastards! She deserved better! She deserved to be recruited into outer heaven and trained by the big cheese himself. Instead, you turned her into a... What the fuck? Nani? Wait, do they have sentience? See, they're turning into... Look at this guy with the neck. What the fuck? Who the fuck came up with this shit? This guy's like... What the fuck? What the fuck? It's like, you know what? If we make funny animations, we can't fuck them up, right? Like, that's probably the thing. If we do it seriously, someone will fuck it up at some point. So let's just go, like, you know, full YouTube. You never go full YouTube, but in this case, they went full YouTube. Are they gonna have like a punch battle? Oh my god. Yeah! Gabby wasn't that fat. Don't you dare do a time loop thing that I said like 30 minutes ago. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't make me commit a war crime! What is this, New Zealand? What is this? This is like bloody Code Geass. You're gonna see Lelouch C2 in the background somewhere. Don't you dare go down the long dream route. I'ma slap you. Damn, he's got a long neck. He's like a giraffe. Look at it. It feels unrealistically long. Like he's almost like a giraffe. You can see it, right? His neck feels like unrealistically long. So this is if Mikasa hadn't Eren his family and had been honest. Eren would have just run away with her and rumbling never happened. How much regret do you want? How much regret do you want? Oh yeah, we're doing Metal Gear Solid 4. Legit, they're trading punches! Don't hesitate! Don't hesitate! Damn, she went through with it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they make you cut your hair short in the military. Because if you're running around with a ponytail or something, that just gives the enemy something to grab onto and use it against you. But like, whatever. Sure, by all means, go into armed combat with a ponytail. Good luck with that. He dead? What is this, school days? You know what would have been less creepy? Why are you smiling, you creepy child? It would have been less creepy if she kissed him when he was alive. But like, anyway. And now they're gonna go on a boat together and set sail or something, I don't know. Okay, guys, what did you learn from this experience? That we're all the same deep down? Yes! Sorry, wait, what? So Eren's basically like, I got caught up in the moment. You what? You what? I got excited and took it a bit too far. Sorry, you what? Okay, so I'm gonna be this guy. If this is your plan to turn, people that can turn into Titans as the heroes by siding against Eren and like saving what's left of the world, hear me out here. If you've killed more than like 95% of the global population, there's less than 5% left. You could have just finished the job at that point. Right? Like 19 out of 20 people are already dead. You've destroyed all the cities, all the towns, all the everything. Eren's got one hell of a Sharingan. Oh, naturally, let's just take a walk to a volcano. One does not just simply walk into Mordor, unless you're a Titan. In which case, by all means. Why though? Like, I legitimately feel for the girl. She went through okay, like I'll put it this way, I'll keep the really short version because I probably said something along these lines. But she went through hell and back and suffered, and is still like listening to this asshole. And if she had gone on a murderous rampage to get her revenge on him and everyone around him and all his concubines and all this stuff, I would not hold it against the poor girl at all. And I can see that she's got a good heart because when she wandered off, she opened up the pen for the pigs which were going to get slaughtered anyway. I could see the type of character she has. She's not evil or anything like that. And on top of things, she's like a poor child, right? So like, you know? This is like Stockholm Syndrome on crack. Literally. This poor abused child. It's basically like a poor abused child given godlike powers. It's what you get, right? Like honestly, it's basically end of Evangelion. What happens? Bad shit. Well, that's putting it lightly. Hey guys, how would you like some hell? Your life is hell, and you don't even get to die to end it. No, your existence continues just so you can suffer. What did the poor girl do to deserve this? Absolutely nothing. What? Sorry, you gotta explain that one to me, Eren. This is where you really gotta explain. No, I was listening. I just missed that part. You know what I absolutely love? Remember that conversation they had? God, I can't remember in which season, but they were basically talking about how they wanted to get outside of the walls and like look at all the places. There's like a sea, there's all these things. He's basically taking him to a volcano, the Northern Lights, like all these really cool things that he would have wanted to see. But like, I like that. It's a nice a callback. But start explaining. Oh, come on. So he, so he didn't have full knowledge of everything. Remember the whole discussion we have time to time on how like if you have deities or gods or beings like that, they could just be fourth dimensional, where the concept of time when we are now that in our eyes is linear moving forward, for them is not linear. They're fourth dimensional, so any point in time they can interact with. They have like pretty much full vision or more knowledge of what's going to happen and all these other things. That's basically that. You did what? Sorry, you did what? You did what? So you not only fucked your dad up, but you fucked your mum up too. Wow. So, so the reason Eren is so fucked up is because this happened, but this happened because Eren happened, but Eren happened because this happened. So your whole time thing is this giant warped bundle of woobly goobly shit. Well, nice work, Eren. You fucked the space-time so much that you can't even comprehend it. I ain't getting my whiteboard for this shit because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. He killed his mum and dad, basically. But he also made his dad do what he did in order to create the version of himself that killed his mum and dad. So where does it start and where does it stop? Because this didn't happen in one go. This would have had to cycle several times to get to this point. See, my fear was like that they basically go into the whole, oh, I did all this, and everyone's going to have their memories, and we're going to go back to a certain point in time before everyone has died, before the whole rumbling has started, before the war has started, before all this has happened, and we're all going to live happily ever after. And I'd be like, boo, guys, boo. You make everyone suffer for like 5 seasons, and you take the cowardly way out, and you don't want to leave people with impacts. Like, yes, it's painful, but it gives you a strong message. It's like if Virgil was responsible for bringing the demons to his house. Basically. It's like Virgil, the end is Virgil wants power, but in order to Virgil to get power, Virgil needs to be obsessed with power. But the thing that makes Virgil obsessed with power is the event in which he is powerless. But in order to get the event to happen, he has to do that. But in order to do that, the dad doesn't need to be around, because if the dad's around, he'll protect the family. So the only way to do it is to kill his own dad. But the only way to kill his own dad is to put his own dad in a position to... So basically, Virgil is ultimately responsible for everything bad that happens to his family, including his mum and dad getting together in the first place to create him. So he is both the creator of himself and the one that makes himself suffer. But if none of those things happen, he would never be born to begin with. So you've effectively got bootstrap paradox. It's like, if I change anything, I won't exist and none of this will happen, but it's a warped reality that's completely fucked up. And it's like, how the fuck did we get to this? And it's like, good question. It's basically like, I get it. Eren fell into some holes, all the things he experienced. We know he kept blaming himself for trusting Levi's squad. His trust in them killed them when he should have fought. He couldn't save Hannes because he was powerless. Sasha was killed even when he had power. Eren had to kill his mom because the cycle had to continue. He probably also told Kruger to tell Grisha to have a family so he could be born. And the rumbling would have been prevented had Mikasa's been honest with her feelings. There's so many of these loops. But this is basically like the multiverse theory, where you have all these different layers of reality and different outcomes would happen and different branches in the road. Had Mikasa been honest, this is where it would have gone. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one tiny variable that's changed, but the outcome down the road is so big. But if this cycle continues, we end up here. And we're observing this particular cycle that has ended here. And there could be like a completely different spin-off when this isn't the result. But remember how I said Eren might actually have a view of everything that's happening. And my worry is that he does all this to make everyone friends at the end of the day and humanity to learn a lesson. But from what we're seeing from Eren here is he doesn't have this full knowledge. Like, he put a lot of things in motion, but he didn't fully know whether or not his friends would even survive it. So he isn't, what's the word? Omnipotent. Words are basically falling out of my head because my brain's overloaded. But he doesn't know everything. So Eren became aware of the cycle when he kissed Thingo's hand. No wonder he just went like... Omnipotent, thank you. The more I know that I know nothing. Yeah. What's that quote from the Bible? It's like, I have sought like knowledge and wisdom, knowing that it was like chasing after wind. For who increases knowledge also increases sorrow. Something along those lines. Slap! There's a problem. If you do that, you get to F your... Guys... These two knuckles. Pretend like this is a straight line from those two knuckles. This needs to be straight, right? Pretend you're punching with these two knuckles. Straight. Straight. That way you're not going to fuck your wrist. You do this. You do this. You hyperextend that bitch. This hurts like a bit. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Whoa. Stop teaching kids how to punch wrong. You don't punch here. You don't punch the cheekbone. You punch here. This, the jaw. No, that's how you knock people out. The jaw. Anyways. I'm going to start giving these kids fight classes. This is embarrassing. That hurt him more than it hurt you. You got bones here that protect you. Whereas he punched wrong in the... Haven't you noticed Eren had gone full emo? He even grew the hair. Oh my god! Wow, love is wanting the other person to suffer because you. Like, what the f. So you don't have it in you to, like, go for it, but you go on this emo rampage, but you wanted to be hung up on you 10 years later. I'm in, slap him. I know you can't punch, but at least you can slap. No one does! So, I don't want to die, so I'm not even going to do anything, but I want her to think about me, but I'm going to spend my final days doing fuck all. It's like, one of us is going to die before the other person, so to avoid the other person being left with the other person dying, we're not going to date. Yet we're still in high school and we're like fucking 14 or some shit and we're probably gonna die God knows when. But let's not go down that road because one of us will eventually die. Like, get out of your own head. Great, now I got chili from the chips in my eyes. Ow. Ow. It still hurts less than what I'm watching right now. Can I go wash my eyes? Ow. That stings. Fuck. Ow. You motherfucker. Oh, I hate you, Eren, you motherfucker. I can see the opening in my head, and I absolutely love when they're marching with the boots and the uniforms and the rifles. I'm sorry, but that shit is aesthetically pleasing to me. Yes, the author actually apologized for this in years at some conventions where he was the speaker, said how sorry he was for disappointing his fans. Okay, like, look, like, I said it from the beginning. I love the human side of things, all right? So I'm going to deep dive, and this is just my own thoughts. How do I unpackage this? Because I haven't even finished it. But like, I'll try to unpackage it because I've got a million things in my head right now. So I'm trying to like unpackage it. So let me try to put it into words because my mind is racing a million miles a minute. Thankfully, with a little bit of stinging, I'm okay. I worked in a restaurant chopping onions and shit at the age of like 15 for $10 an hour on Friday, and I chopped 2-3 buckets before the restaurant opened. So I'm okay with a little bit of like sting in my eyes. I've learnt to live with it, as well as putting my hands in boiling water and, doing competition and fighting. You get sweat in your eyes, and you occasionally got to learn to keep your eyes open with the literal sweat and acid eating them. So I'm fine with it. But what really gets me, and I sort of touched on it briefly with the whole, oh, you're going to die, one of us is going to die, so we don't even bother. This mind actually hit my head. It actually, like, it sort of hit me a little bit when I was in high school, I was watching Spice and Wolf, and this is when I was just getting into anime, and I was binging a lot of anime that got recommended to me. And one of the things that hit me was like the wolf deity in that one is basically immortal, right? But she's had several partners in the past, and the first one is the one that she made a pact with to look after his village. But like eventually he dies because natural lifespan, right? And so in my mind, it was kind of like, what is the point of getting involved with anyone if they're going to die? It's effectively the curse of immortality. You will live, they will die. You will watch them die, you will watch your children die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the point? They will eventually be dead. And of course, high school me at that time didn't actually have enough life experience or time to think or like experience with death and regret and all these other things. And now, from the point of view that I have now, you know, looking back in a lens and looking at Eren and all the decisions and everything, just because something eventually has an end doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy it. A movie has an end. A series has an end. Life has end. Even, you know, like this chocolate bar will eventually run out. But you can enjoy it in the moment and while you're going through it. There is eventually an end. But when you're sort of, and I'm getting flashbacks of Hunchy's, you know, funeral, because he passed away not too long ago. It's like everyone will eventually die, but when you think back to it, you don't think of the pain of the loss. You think of all the positive things you got through the experience, all the things you took away from it. And then those people that have died do actually live on because parts of themselves have been inherited by other people. You can go through the whole Evangelion instrumentality. You know, I know a part of them and the part of them lives in my mind and I carry that on and that's imprinted in parts of my personality and that whole spirit and everything like that. Sure, you can go whatever way you want. But the point is, you shouldn't bother not doing something because it will eventually end. In that case, you wouldn't do anything at all. You wouldn't create life because, oh, I would have a son or a daughter. They will eventually die too. You know, it's that mentality of what's the point? Why should I eat a chocolate bar? I will stop tasting it eventually anyway. Why should I breathe? Because, like, I'll fucking die anyway. Like, you know, it's like, But context-wise, Eren's a kid. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he hasn't gone 19. Okay, thank you. His parents died. His caregivers died, and he was thrown in a world where he has to survive with Armin and Mikasa and do all this stuff. And his world is different from ours. He doesn't have the life experience of growing up, dating, attending a funeral, making friends, you know, like all these things that we have. He has a life experience of, I want to kill all the fucking Titans for eating my mother. I want revenge. And I'm going to dedicate my very being to this. When I'm eating, I'm not tasting the food. I'm getting the nutrients so I can train to kill. Like, revenge has become his world. He lives it. He breathes it. When he sleeps, he dreams about it. He doesn't have time to think, oh, look, a cute girl. You know, like his puberty isn't, oh, my penis works. I'm going to go create a bebe. His puberty is, I have testosterone. I'm going to rip and tear them, you know? And you see that when he gets the Attack Titan, right? That's who he is. So, yeah, his underexperienced and underdeveloped in the social aspect of his psyche, of his mind, of romance, interpersonal relationships and everything, because he put all his eggs in the revenge basket. Big shocker. And, like, basically, like, okay, if I can use the analogy of Sasuke, right, from Naruto, all his eggs are in the, I'm gonna kill Itachi. I'm gonna get revenge on my brother. That's all he thinks about. All of his training, all of his food, all of his relationships, everything is, I'm gonna kill my brother. Right? So all his decisions are, I'm gonna kill my brother. Mild spoilers for the OG Naruto. If you haven't watched it, fucking watch it. But like, he makes questionable decisions and puts himself in mortal danger because he's tunnel visioning to, I will do whatever it takes to kill my brother. And if that means I'm gonna go live with, you know, the guy in the hole that's a snake man that probably wants my teenage boy body, I'm gonna do it anyway because that's gonna get me one step closer to killing my brother. Because he's young and stupid. And he doesn't know any better, frankly. Right? Eren's kind of no different. So it's not kind of fair to judge him from our point of view. Because by the same token, I can give you like the wires or whatever they call the gear, right? I'm like, here's 2 razor blades and a gear, go kill a titan. You wouldn't be able to do it. You've got no experience in it. You wouldn't be able to handle it, right? By the same token, he can't handle these relationships, these emotions, and these feelings. So it would be unfair for us to judge him. However, considering he jump-started the apocalypse, I reserve my right to bitch slap him. Because I kind of believe that's what he needs. The same way I reserve my right to bitch slap my friends when they make stupid decisions. And I don't do it because I hate them. I don't hate him. I hate what he did or what he's thinking or what he's doing. Disagreeing with the character or a person's actions or thoughts doesn't automatically mean I hate them. That's the first thing. Because I'm going to get a bunch of fanboys going, you hate Eren because you're stupid. I'm like, no, you're fucking stupid because you don't get my point. Also, recall his home was about to be invaded by Mali, and he is forced to be the savior. Also having to fear, yeah, someday they may try again, even this home side wins. Emotional pressure. I get it. I get it. That's why I don't judge him for it. He is too young to be making those decisions, too inexperienced to fully process the situation. He doesn't understand the big picture. He doesn't understand the strategy, and it's simply outside of his skill set. Like, I get it. That's why I don't judge him for it. But at the same time, he did jumpstart the apocalypse, so I reserve my right to bitch slap him. Get me? I'm allowed to bitch slap someone that just killed a few billion people. I don't think that's uncalled for. And I'm also allowed to bitch slap him about the whole Mikasa thing of like, you know, he would logically say, when I die, I want you to be happy. But like secretly deep down, I want you to be stuck with me on this. Is like, I get it. That's coming from an immature point of view. For someone that's a 19-year-old, I would say is pretty normal, even by our standards. You know, emotional inexperience and all this other stuff. But I would still slap him, not in the sense that I want to physically hurt you for it, but rather like, get the fuck out of your own head, scroll out a little bit and look at it from a different point of view. Because that's kind of not love. That's kind of possession after you're dead. You still want to possess her emotionally after you're dead. That's not exactly love, because you're looking at it from what you want rather than also looking at it from the point of view of what she wants and what would make her happier overall long term. Now, I might be emotionally handicapped in many ways and I'm an idiot, which I probably am, but I would like to think that I have more emotional experience than a 19-year-old teenage boy that bases most of his decisions on what direction his penis points him at. And I've been there and done that. I am a former 19-year-old teenage boy that used his penis like a compass. Alright? So I've been there, done that. Don't tell the era Mika shippers that even though you're right. Like, that's my opinion. By all means, this is why I love anime, why I love discussions, and I enjoy the character element more so than I enjoy the fighting and stuff, but by all means, I absolutely love fighting too. I'm having a blast. But this was a little bit unexpected. Look, my fear was Eren is the mastermind of this whole thing to teach humanity a lesson in his attempt to create a utopia and stop violence. We've seen it in a few anime where much more intelligent characters than himself tried to pull it off and probably failed long term because, let's face it, instinctually humanity is very barbaric and animalistic and all this other stuff. That's a discussion for another day. But my fear was like, this was all part of his plan all along. He was doing this. He made some calculated risks, stuff like this. I was worried they might do like a time loop where everyone has their memories in the past and they create a perfect utopia and everything. Instead, I got a bitchin' 19-year-old teenager that is like going through a hissy fit. I mean, I get it. It's high-functioning depression. Trust me, I get it. Like, I actually do from personal experience. But like, So this is how it all played out, huh? Well, this is something. It's like right now I am Armin. Like see his face right now? And he's like, that's me right now. I'm just like, I mean, it's realistic, do not get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you killed billions of people. And this is the extent to which you thought it through before you executed Order 66 and started slaughtering people. This is where you got up to before you executed Order 66. You see, you have me that's questioning whether or not I should buy certain kitchen appliances and utensils. And I'm thinking about the pros and cons and how much time we'll save and space and all this thing. And this guy literally commits genocide. Floki must be pissed off in the afterlife. The fact that that little shit is pissed off makes me happy. I live here, Chicky. Stop barking. Okay. The reaction to this is like, I'm dying on the inside, but okay. All right, I'm sorry. This is meme potential. This is meme potential. This is fucking beautiful. Hello, McFly. Thank you, doofus. I'm still physically processing this. And we got this one as well. What the fuck? I mean, I'll do all this later, but like, the problem with a great series is you have to somehow wrap it up, and you'll never make everyone happy. Usually great writing is you know how you want to end it, and you work backwards. I don't know if this went that way. I think this way went the opposite way. You made a really great series. You knew what you wanted the aha moment to be about the rest of humanity being alive elsewhere and everything, but you didn't know where to go from there. And you had such a huge fan base and so many people watching it and anticipating it that you didn't want to let them down. So you had to make it epic and a spectacle, but you didn't know how you wanted to wrap it up. Because in the end, he is just a teenage boy. He's not like a Jesus or a savior or something like that. At the end of the day, he is just a teenage boy with a lack of guidance, no parental figures, going through all this shit at once, not knowing what to do. A mixture of scared, a mixture of afraid, which is probably the same thing, with a limited lifespan, not knowing what to do. Like, he is not in control of his own destiny. And I guess in a way, this is an attempt to regain control, but in the end, it's not what he really wanted. I mean, I don't know what the hell he had to say. And you've got Ymir. So he was able to solve the Ymir problem. It might stop the whole Titan thing. But is it going to solve the problem? Because I get it. That's a much, much deeper problem But can you yourself, you, Eren, can you actually solve that problem? I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, I am 100% on board. Ymir is this poor girl that suffered, was given godlike powers, and is causing absolute chaos with the Titans that are being weaponized by humans. Like, I get it. I get it, and I actually respect the fact that you want to help. But it's just something that you can fix. I don't know. That is a good way to phrase it. He's a kid, but Eldia made him their Jesus, and he is the devil to Marley. Well, you're going to be a Jesus to someone and a devil to someone else, sometimes to the same people, depending on what you did last weekend. In sales, they have a saying, one day you're the rooster, the other day you're like the feather duster. I don't know, man. I mean... He makes a fair point. He's thinking about what he wants and what he's feeling, but he's completely disregarding what she's thinking and she's feeling, because she's literally following him to the ends of the earth. I mean, that's hard to get, man. Yeah, I'm screenshotting this. This is too perfect. I can't not screenshot this. It's too good. Thumbnail. This is the greatest ending to an anime I have ever seen. With this smile. She was right there, dude. She was right there the entire time, dude. I mean, I know, like, I like, at a certain extent, you know, I've been there, I've done that. I was a high school kid, and like, we all regret mistakes that we made in the past, and you know, hindsight is 2020, and sometimes you need to make the decisions that you do to get the experiences which create you as the person who you are now. But she was right there, dude. At any time. Pretty sure no one wants to die. Sorry, I was just saying, the river of blood that you're in and the pile of corpses. It wouldn't be like to your ankles. No, 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 no. It would be like up to here. Where if you're not on your tippy toes, you're getting blood in your mouth. This pool of blood is like a local battle with like maybe 10,000 combatants. What you did is billions of people. You literally drenched the entire planet in blood. I mean, if the devil's out there, he's tipping his hat to you right now. Like, this is an apocalyptic level of killing. You did what usually takes 4 horsemen to do on your own. I mean, shit, man. You know, you're a contender. Like, for war, probably. But there wasn't a war. This was just pure slaughter. Hell, even death has, you know, a runner-up coming. But, like... you didn't even think this, like... You didn't even think this through? Really? They probably didn't want to die. No one wants to die. There were probably innocent people. A lot of fucking innocent people. Women and children. Yes! You would think that a kid whose mother literally had to say go, you know, get someone to make you run to survive would at some point be able to on some level understand that not every single human was evil. Obviously not. High functioning depression, it didn't make sense. Trauma, I get it, but at the same time, like, billions of people, man. You didn't do like a misguided thing. You fucking destroyed the planet. Like, fuck me. And at the end of the day, that's not what's crippling you with... Seriously, he's like... Yes, a little bit like that. Pretty much. And let me tell you now, the smell, especially in the summer sun... The one thing you never forget is the smell. Oh, you wiped out 80% of humanity. I thought it was like 90 or 95. My bad, I got it wrong. Okay, instead of 19 out of 20 people are dead, 9 out of 10 people are dead. Sorry, 8 out of 10. So like 16 out of 20. Fine, close enough, whatever. I mean, you should have gone for a cool 69%. That would have been fun for the whole family. What, you find that shocking? By Slav standards, that's like honorary Slav at best. You want to be full-time Slav? Those are rookie numbers in this racket, son. That's right, that includes women and children. And the elderly. And trust me, the death of one is a tragedy, the death of a million is a statistic. We cannot comprehend what this number is. The only time at which you would fully comprehend this number is if every single one of your family and friends dies, everyone you know dies, and then you slowly get to learn a little bit about everyone that dies. Like, a number by itself does not do it justice. At all. It's just a number. I mean, just look at what's going on overseas right now. You know, the amount of children that died in a certain country in the past month is more than the amount of children that died in another war zone on the other side of the planet. But it's just a number, right? We don't feel it. It's just a statistic. So what's 80%? It's just a number. Like 8 out of 10 people. What, you only now realized? I thought you knew about this. What, you thought he was just killing one country? Oh, so Ymir decides the level of destruction, and she decided 20%? But why 20%? Is that enough to, like, repopulate the planet? So what, it's only 20% of a country, or 20% of the total population? Because like I said, you could have just wiped out the global population, left the people that are living inside the city, and go from there. But even people inside that, like, that's the problem with humanity as a whole. Wait, how many times have you done this loop, Eren? Because you get all your memories every time you do the kiss. So you've done this multiple times. How many times, Eren? How many times? This is multiple times. So here's a really interesting thing, right? You experience your life, say linearly, beginning to end till you die. But if in that moment you inherit the memories of all your predecessors who have already gone through it, how does that change your perception? Because you've linearly lived up until that point, yet you have the memories of all these other things. How is that any different from you having done those things in the past anyway? Like, if you have all the memories, what difference is there between you and the other guy? None. It's just like a continuation. So you've lived like God knows how many lifespans. I mean, it's not wrong. If you kill everyone, there'll be no war for now until another species evolves to the point that they start waging wars. But animals themselves also wage wars. I mean, different nests of ants will attack other ants, and bees and wasps, and you've also got the hornets, you've got the birds, you've got the snakes, and you've got some birds that knock out eggs out of another bird's nests and lay their own eggs and force those birds to raise their young. And then you've got other things that put like a lizard or a snake egg instead of a bird egg that eats the bird. Like, I mean, animals do it in their own way. What are you going to do? Wipe out all life and have a desolate planet of nothing? Even monkeys were shown to have actual tactics in warfare. Yeah, look at chimps. If you treat one better than another one, they will actually break out of their cages. Watch the Joe Rogan thing. There was like a chimp that was put into a reserve because the owner couldn't take care of him. And on the birthday party, he actually brought that chimp a birthday cake. And all the other chimps got pissed off because that chimp was getting treated specially. And so they broke out of the cage, attacked this guy, and like literally ripped him apart. Like biting off his fingers, opening up his hands, toes, and took off his genitals and everything. Like, yeah, like animals are intelligent. Hell, you can even see them sometimes using rocks to try to break the glass. Like, they are capable of it. We've stopped their evolution and turned them into prisoners. But like, if we weren't around to do that, the evolution would be, the doors would be open. We think we're special. We're not. Cheeky's actually more intelligent than some people that I have met. She's capable of thinking. She knows how to leave the door open by putting her little toy where the door frame is so the door doesn't actually close it. She actually knows how to open up her own dog cage. She only struggles with actually unlocking it and moving it because it flaps. She's unable to do that. But she knows where the lock is. She can open the door by herself, get in, get out. She knows how to bark from the kitchen, so we go there and she goes in our room and steals socks. Like, she's capable of intelligence. A good degree of, like, she's smarter than a lot of people that exist, actually. Like, just think of the average human being and realize that half of them are stupider than that. And we think we're better than animals. We're not. Here's what's funny. They're looking at this at the first time. We had World War One. We had World War Two. And we thought we would never, as a species, repeat these atrocities and these tragedies. It hasn't even been 100 years since World War II, and it's already happening again. And people are okay with it. Because it's just a statistic. Not even 100 years. The discrimination, the dehumanization, The genocide, the suffering, the killing, happening all over again. It hasn't even been 100 years. And it's not like we don't have access to the information. We do, at our fingertips. People just don't care. Give them circus, wheat and wine, and they won't care. We're like Rome. And the beautiful part is because they think the other person thinks the same way, they'll actually attack each other. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Well, as long as you're being honest with yourself. Oh, shit. Ah, teeth and hair, the things that are very difficult to get rid of. Clever, so they understand it. Don't forget the bones, though. Hey, Armin, you're his friend. You even said you'd go to the end of the earths for him. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna ask? What can you do? Like, shit. And will it even make a difference? Maybe in the next cycle when he does the kiss on the hand? I don't know. If there even is a next cycle. I mean, we've all thought it at least once. It's just that not everyone has godlike powers to do it. Thankfully. So basically, Eren was like a Thanos, except 80 instead of 50. I asked an interesting question. Like, what would happen if there was an odd number of people? That's just like, question. If you'd eat Eren, do you inherit the Attack Titan ability? And if so, does that give you the power to in any way influence the cycle? Really? So it really is about the friends we made along the way. What? Great, so now he's going to have this memory and they're going to have their own little cycle in a much bigger cycle. Can you idiots actually try to come up with a solution rather than looping this shit? I know you're young, but fuck! It's like Fire Emblem Three Houses, but like the opposite. It's like, you kids call this a war? And now I'm looking at like Eren and Armin and I'm like, you kids call this a solution? How can I teach these kids? Fuck. I'm just a big kid myself. They changed the dialogue here, but Armin said something along the lines of, thank you for becoming a mass murderer for our sake. Well, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Slav. Slav man. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, a Slav man. Oh my god, they're doing the loop thing! No! Wait, but it's not going to be a happily ever after like I feared, so technically they're not doing what I was scared of them doing. So I have no right to complain. So instead of using your powers of looping to try to come up with a potential solution to the problem, you're just going to redo the mistake over and over again. That is the definition of something that I forgot. What is repeating the same action over and over but expecting a different result the definition of again? He just talked with Armin before finale. Okay, to be fair, we did have a discussion, an existential discussion, and an understanding of a lot of things that's going on. So in that capacity, the anime did really well. Because we had a, mature discussion about life and all these other things, which I really do appreciate, and I commend the anime for doing that. But is this what the finale is going to be? How's that for fucking trauma? She's planning to keep that head for about 10 years or so. This is not healthy! Grief is supposed to be like a thing that you... Remember how... Well, I forget what was the... I keep forgetting... It was in some game or some anime or something. We were discussing about grief, but some people, instead of going through the stages of grief, like the denial, the bargaining, and then eventually going into acceptance, they basically get stuck at a certain stage. They either bargain or they compromise, and they get stuck there, and they turn that something into a substitute. It's like, it's okay. Eren never left. He's this head here that I'm going to preserve till the day I die. No! You like, go through the pain. Go through it. Accept the pain. Feel it. But move on from it. Don't linger. Armin, you need to do something. Like, whether you're a friend or not, you cannot let her get stuck on this. Like, even more so when you're her friend, right? But this is not good. This is not living. This is not living. This is exactly what I was saying. It's like, yes, she's thinking about me for 10 years. No, that is not good for her. She's not going to be living her life. She's just going to be stuck on that. No. No. And by all means, do not join her in this insanity. Please don't say what I think you're going to say. Oh, she gets her memories back too. Okay. Nobody enjoys the pain, but it's there just to grow. We burn out hand on a stove and we know not to do it again. Yeah. Wait, so her choice, had they lived and died in New Zealand, would have eliminated the power of Titans in the world. Then everyone would have just become human. And there'd be no more Titans. Which means there'd be no discrimination out of fear of Titans. Which could have potentially created a solution, thus creating the world that we are living in right now. Which would have been a really cool thing. But like, you know. No, killing Eren does it. It was her choice to kill Eren, that was the choice. So this is the only way to get rid of the Titans. So this is a potential solution. But the cost is 80% of humanity. That was the price of doing so. So he's like, I want to stop the power of the Titan. But Ymir's like, the cost is 80% of humanity. That's the toll. It's like, okay. Fuck it, bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. Hey, I'm going to be the evil guy here. Bite the fucking bullet. Wait, so these guys aren't going to die, right? Because they lost their Titan powers. So they'll be normal again, right? They won't, well, normal. Fucking, it's not 2023 outside of the fucking anime. I can call them normal. But, right? Okay, so like the little kid's not going to die. He's not going to die. Armin's not going to die. Okay, so it's a sacrifice. The number of dead isn't confirmed by Ymir. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Really? Right, the power of Titan is disconnected, which is why all these people are human again. Wait, what about all those big tall Titans that were walking around? You know, the guys that were giant Titans that were turned into the wall. Did they become human too now? Okay, this is a much better conclusion than doing an eternal loop of teenage stupidity. This is actually a somewhat quite mature decision that is difficult to make. And I guess what he was saying was that he tried different options, but every single time this is the only way to achieve it. So in multiple loops, he tried to find a way where the casualty count was lower, but there was no way to do it. Fuck, he died. Oh fuck, he's gonna survive. So it's not his time. Wow. Ooh, chills down my spine. Because remember last time I was like, wow, like, it's like, I'm not going to send a Valkyrie, I'm going to send your friends to carry you into Valhalla. But it's like, it's not your time to go yet, but we'll give you a salute. And it's like, dude. Chills down my spine. It's like, dude. It's like, you not only got a place in Valhalla, but you didn't even die! NANI?! It feels weird not seeing her with a potato in her mouth. Aww. Who the fuck was that? Some guy just like fell and turned into dust. Oh no, they just fell in the dust. Sorry, I thought someone fell and turned to dust. It was just fucking Captain Falcon. I'm sorry, they were big children for a minute. I thought people were dying because, well, people are dying. Anyway, it doesn't matter. At least you have a mother. My one's dead to me. You see, I'd say people like this are actually lucky because they still have that part of themselves alive. That part of me is basically dead. I have no family that I feel any emotional connection to left. They're all dead. Thank you. Bury him and move on. Funerals are for the living. The dead don't give a fuck. They're already gone. The funerals are just an opportunity for people to say goodbye. Good. 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 I was worried. Good. 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 Thank Christ. Fuck. That would have been a nightmare scenario if she's like fucked for the rest of her life. She's gonna be a little bit fucked for the rest of her life, but at least she's gonna have a life. Like, fuck me, right? Say fuck one more time. Oh. Wait, but I'm still trying to comprehend. Did he have to be killed in this way in order to do it? But I guess he had to do it in this way so they become heroes that stop the rumbling, so the rest of the world wouldn't want them dead. Could they have done it on a smaller scale? No, it needs to be believable. I'm like... But how'd you decide on the victims? Random. I'm still imagining the mother that basically fell off the cliff and she gave the baby to the father who probably also fell off the cliff and the baby just kept going down. He's like, but who's going to raise the baby? It's like, fuck, everyone's going to raise the baby. It's like the village mentality, right? When you have a small village or a community, everyone's responsible for all the kids. So it doesn't matter which household you go to. They'll look after you. They'll feed you. If you're in danger, they'll look after... Like, you know what I mean? Back to basics where people were fucking people. I mean, I was raised by multiple people. The lady next to our house is like my grandmother. She loved me like that. She treated me the same way she treated her own grandsons. She basically partially raised me. Like, that type of shit. That's humanity. I don't know what the hell's going on nowadays. That's fucked up, man. You two are allowed to hug, right? Like, it's one of those moments. Oh, god damn it! Literally, it hasn't even been 30 seconds! God damn it, put it down! God damn it! Here we go again! Oh, God, there we go again! Great, great, we're going back to season 1, aren't we? If you can prove it, I'll kill you. If you don't prove it, I'll kill you. Get the cannons. F yourselves. Great, someone's gonna get shot to prove it. Let me guess, Reiner's gonna do it. Yeah, but watch, he's gonna say this is some sort of ploy to get us to put our guard down. But what is the point of putting your guard down if I have Titan powers and your guns are useless? Blah, 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 blah. Someone's gonna get shot and it's gonna be one of the former Titans. Reiner's probably gonna come and take the bullet. But that wouldn't have been fatal. That's like here. So, about the tree that gave her godlike powers, is that still out there? Because, like, this might just happen again at some point. Hey guys, look, it's that place from Final Fantasy 16. That's more of what she should have done. She shouldn't have let the king die rather than sacrifice herself to save him. A what if? Oh, right. So she basically sacrificed herself so the king could live and then she got caught with the power. Whereas if she just let the king die and moved on, she would have been fine and none of this would have happened. Well, regret's a bitch. But, like, again, she went through hell and back. She was a child. She was traumatized, and it's basically Stockholm Syndrome on crack. I mean, she's a victim. I personally do not blame her. She was not in the position to make an informed decision. Oh, right, the one that had a bunch of babies. Oh, they got a dog. Okay, let's look at it the bright side. The rumbling would have like created very flat ground that would be very good for like, you know, harvesting and food and building and everything. Like the slate is wiped clean. You can rebuild, you don't have to worry about hills and bullcrap. The land is quite nice, you know? Oh god, you see, I absolutely love that. They might attack us, so we must unite! And the other guys are like, those guys must attack us, we must unite! Oh, great, we've put up fences again. Oh, it's okay. It's a just in case. Until one asshole gets in power that abuses that power to attack the other side using the fear of an attack, and we're right back to where we are here. Okay. So they've basically got our reality. One of the options we thought about. Here's the flip side. Had you wiped out the remaining of external reality, kept the Titan, and used that power to have an iron grip over the population, but then it's a totalitarian state with no free will. But you could have been a benevolent dictator. But what if someone eventually gets the power that isn't benevolent? What is the right outcome? That's just it. There isn't one. You just do the best that you can and fucking hope for the best. And trust me, humanity will fuck it up one way or the other. And it's like, what do you do? This is a legit question, like even in our reality. What do you do? What do you do? Like our forefathers and grandparents and all that fought so we could live and hoped hard as hell that we would have peace. So they created the opportunity that we can rebuild and live in peace, and now we're right back into war and suffering and economic decline and killing each other. What do you do? Do we just go through the cycle again, fight war, one side is going to win, a moment of rebuilding and peace, and then we start again? Fuck, this cycle didn't even take 80 years. What do we do? As the Bible says, man dominate man for his own harm. Life is very twisted. Like that's a legitimate question that I'm having. I'm turning off the spoiler chat, but like I'm asking an existential question here because I would love for people to be able to understand each other and get rid of that whole us versus them mentality and stop slaughter, because I've seen it firsthand that it's not good, and I've known the hatred that it creates because I've experienced it firsthand. It's not a way to live, but we're doing it anyway. And now I'm sitting here in the West where things are first world problems, where people's biggest problem is, fuck, fuel's expensive, and it's expensive for me to get takeaway. I might not be able to get the food that I want. I'm going to have to eat something a bit cheaper. Meanwhile, on the other side of the planet, people are literally dying. What do you do? What do you do? Show has more to show even in the credits. Let's continue. Oh, god damn it! Then go hit her or something. Stop. This is just creepy. You're literally sniffing it. This is some creepy shit. Fuck. Like, fuck. And she's like, ugh. Then stop sniffing it. It is creepy. Even if she wasn't married, it's pretty fucking creepy. Oh, she's in the room and he's lusting over her. Damn, man. You need to get some... You don't do that, man. You know what I love about, like, the whole best man situation? It's like, if someone in the wedding objects, the best man is supposed to duel them. And I was best man at one of my mates' weddings. There were a few best men, but I was, like, one of them. I was in charge of getting him through the Bucks party alive, as well as keeping him safe during the wedding, because it was like an Indian wedding where they wanted to steal his shoes. I prevented it from happening. And I was like also there as a just in case. If someone objects, then I'm like, let us fight to the death. I'll be like one of those Indian kings from back in the day. Always carry 2 swords. You don't have one? Have one of mine. Why does it weigh 30 kilograms? Get good. Oh wait, this is Annie, not Historia. Sorry, they're all like blonde. Do all blonde people look the same? To me, they do. But weren't you born golden blonde? I was. Then I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm switching teams. Someone give this man an eye patch. He deserved it. Damn, he's basically Big Boss at this point. Someone get him an eye patch. And he's Santa Claus at this point. You are gonna F your wrists doing that. Lift it up. Or like, wrists! Wrists! Why is this person alive? He's spreading the love of baseball. Wait, they love baseball in Japan. Oh shit. You know what's nuts? That someone like Gabby at her age that handles a rifle like that is able to put it down and instead cultivate life. Granted, that was done in my grandfather's age. They were 14 and went to war and came back and did the same thing, but that's okay. They've been good boys. They've been good boys. They've done the top button up. They don't do the bottom button. You never do the bottom button. You know why that is? There was a king back in the day that couldn't button up the bottom button, so he created it to be fashionable that you never buttoned the bottom button. Yeah, a king was so fat he couldn't do the bottom button, and so no one did the bottom button, and it became a fashion thing. No one questions it anymore. You never do the bottom button. But why does the bottom button exist? Because fuck fashion, that's why. Okay, here's the thing. I remember like 20 minutes ago, someone said that the author or the writer apologized to audience fans for disappointing them. Apologized for what? I don't see anything to apologize about. I think this is actually quite good. It makes you think, it makes you question, and leaves you with something. And it's a conclusion. Not every anime needs to end with an open thing where someone knocks the door and you don't know whether or not that person is someone that made it home alive or not. You don't need that. Sometimes it's okay to have an ending like this. He did not like the ending. Well, they can go make their own anime then, can't they? If we're not phrasing some lines correctly, the anime fixed the Eren. Oh, right. For one scene, but it changed in the anime. Oh, right. Oh, right. Right. Okay. I thought like someone was apologizing about the ending to the anime. I'm like, what the fuck? So during the conversation, okay. Sometimes shit happens and you fix it up, right? Like, come on. Maybe everyone else should be thank you for writing the rest of the story. Five years ago, the manga ended. I'm surprised they haven't been spoiled. I'm half expecting to see a little slime boy hop up on the hill. Nani? Oh, it's that tree. You need to move on, girl. God, she needs to move on. That ain't good. Oh shit, let go of the scarf. What more do you need? Come on. She's not letting go of it, is she? A lot of people are very unsatisfied with this ending. A lot of people come into things expecting too much. Forest for the trees. Enjoy it for what it is, not what you want it to be. Ah, there's more people and oh, okay, wait. There's a guy. Yeah, I think she moved on. I think she's either carrying a baby or not. Or she's pregnant. And now she's old with a cane and now there's more people. Could be kids. See, that's better than, like, you know, not actually living. That's nice. That's beautiful. It's Jean? It's heavily implied Mikasa married Jean. As long as she lived some sort of life, whether she married someone or had kids or didn't have kids, or if that's like the whole crew bringing their spouse and their kids or something, as long as she pretty much didn't spend all day next to that tree every single day crying, like, you know what I mean? If she did something, it doesn't matter what it is, live some sort of life. Otherwise, that's just fucking depressing. That is depression. It is. The inability to move on. And just being sad and everything, that is depression. 4. Instead of 3, now there's 4. Oh, now she's being buried. Aw. But then again, everyone does die. And now the cities start. No, I don't need your German death metal. God damn it! Stop! You stupid humans! Now you've just turned it into Yugoslavia. Great, this literally is Yugoslavia. I mean, see, my house is over there. God damn it, NATO, fuck off. You know what fucks me? Here in Australia, some little kids were going around cemeteries and, like, breaking tombstones for, like, Christian cemeteries. And they didn't even get any punishment for it. The judge is like, they're just little kids. It's just like... And there's other kids that are literally setting churches on fire. Just like, okay. Hey guys, this is going to become the Hidden Rain Village. Nah, the Americans arrived. It's so recognizable. Kuma recognizes his childhood home. I don't have a home. Like, even now, like, I've lived here for several years and I don't even regard this as home. Like, I've literally got no concept of home. Like, I've got no attachment to anything anymore. Oh my god, it's become near! I'm about to see 2B, A2, and Emil. Well, at least Danny made it alive. Someone get that dog away from Dio! No, no, no! A tree with an opening? No! Oh no, the cycle starts again. Hey kid, do you want some Titan powers? What's a Titan? Perfect. No! Not again! Let me guess, this time instead of Yumi, it's Mikasa, the girl that regretted everything that happened. I like to think this is Mikasa's descendant. Well, if you kill enough people, and then one of the only people left, eventually everyone's a descendant of someone. Or you could just pull a Genghis Khan, kill all the men, and, you know, snoo everyone else. The grave of Eren and Mikasa surviving throughout the time is beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story. And I'm not saying this is an anime, because fucking it is an anime, but what I'm saying is the story itself is beautiful. Anime is the medium in which it was told. Manga first, but like, you get what I'm trying to say here. This is a beautiful story. What I said at the beginning about the pacing and the delay definitely is, and people asking about the openings, they're not important right now. Like, this is more important. The thing I was saying about pacing definitely strikes true. Imagine if we had this at the same time as the last season. The impact would have been a lot stronger. The new opening ending is good. That doesn't matter. The story is what matters. 30-second short and insta attention spans aside, music and openings and closings, we can watch that at any time. But once we lose the impact and the thought of what we just watched, it's basically gone. It would have been that much more impactful, I believe. Because like I said, going into this cold, after months of not watching this, you have to basically build it back up to that tension point in order to get the climax. And don't get me wrong, the combat and the music and everything was all fine. But you're going in cold. If you went in primed from what we saw as the cliffhanger last time, the rumblings happening, the Titans are killing, you know, the humans are surrounded on this little island, they're flying the airplane, there's the ship, you know what I mean? We would have been primed. Our energy levels would have already been at that level, right? High. And then from there, this is kicking off. The battle starts like, whoa, you know, from the beginning. Instead of us getting warmed up during the battle was warming us up. We would have already been hot. The water would have been boiling. The grill would have been sizzling. Like, we would have been there. Instead, they had to warm us up and everything. So I firmly believe if the timing of the release had not been the way that it has been, the impact would have been a lot stronger. That's not criticizing the content. I'm criticizing the way in which it was released. That aside, beautiful story. Beautiful story. Like, overall, beautiful story. I quite like the ending. And like I said a few minutes ago, the fact that we're discussing shows how much we actually care. It's a really good story. It's a high investment, high payoff scenario. It's that type of show. You know how there's some shows that I was discussing this with friends last night. It was like 5 movies you have to watch before you die, 5 series you have to watch before you die, and stuff like that. Like, it's one of those things. You got to go through multiple seasons in order to get the payoff. Similar to like Breaking Bad or The Sopranos or something like that. Really good story will make you think, will make you discuss, will leave you with impact. But you got to go through quite a bit of it. I could see people after season 1 being like, yeah, but nah. And I said that quite openly. If I was watching this by myself, I probably wouldn't have gotten through season 1. Legit. There wasn't enough to like get me in. It's like, but people die and emotional stuff. Is like, been there, done that. I played like emotionally dense games that leave you with impact and stuff like that. But at the same time, I trusted you guys enough with your recommendations and opinions because a lot of you in the community know the type of stuff that I play. And I've shared some of the series that I play and things like that. And so you guys gauge what's good and what's not. And when you guys start saying this is like really good, but you got to stick with it, it's like really good. I'm like, all right, I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but like, don't let me down. And you guys haven't let me down. You haven't let me down yet, not even once, with all the games, with all the franchises, with all the series, with all the shows, with all the movies. So like, I'm really thankful for that. But it is definitely like a high investment, late reward type of thing. And where it really starts hitting is where like Reiner and the other Titan is like, oh, by the way, I'm this other Titan. It's like, bam, it starts popping off. And the Monkey Titan and Levi, going from one Titan to the other to get to the Monkey Titans. Like, that's when it really starts picking up. But season 1 itself is like, nah. Honestly, like, nah. There are epic moments and things like that. But if you have consumed a lot of media, played a lot of games, it's nothing special. Season 1 by itself is nothing special. When you start going into the multiple seasons, where it really shines. And I'm saying like season 2 with the Levi doing these, like that's cool action and stuff. And the speeches and charge forward and stuff like that. It's like, it's really good. But where it really starts breaking things and like really firing it up is when it's like, ha ha ha, you think this is all that remains of humanity. You're wrong. And then it's like, whoa! All right, now I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, it's almost like you're climbing, right? And there's hills and there's like stairs and there's like rocks. Like, fuck, how much longer? How much longer? You could take a look at the view and you could be like, yeah, it's nice. And you guys are like, trust me, keep climbing, keep climbing, keep climbing. And then you basically break through the tree line and everything. And then you can see. Then you could see everywhere. Like, whoa! Whoa! And then everyone's like, uh-huh. 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 That's the type of thing this series is. You gotta climb to get there, and that climb is like multiple seasons, multiple episodes. So that's what I'm saying. If I was watching this by myself, I wouldn't get that far. So I appreciate you guys for making me stick through this. It is good. It's a good series. Amazing music, good characters, good action, good story. I say it's beautiful. I say it really is. I'm really happy with the ending. I really like everything that we did with this. Like, I really do. I had a lot of fun with this. In hindsight as well, from what I remember, really solid. I'm going to have a lot of fun editing this for YouTube because I'll get to rewatch everything. And luckily now with YouTube Shorts, I'll upload them and I'll get DMCA'd. My Naruto short got DMCA'd and I'll fight them off and everything. But I'm going to have a bunch of fun with it because it really is a good series. I want to create those shorts and those little clips because like I want to share them with people because it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good. It's like really good. Really good. Really good. Really good. Really good. Really good. I started to love Attack on Titan when I started watching Season 4. Season 4 is like the one where they find out that the rest of the place exists, right? I just don't like it being called the final season, which should have been called Season 4. Yeah, we had that little bit at the beginning. Again, that comes down with the pacing, the release, the expectations. There were a lot of problems on that. I think everyone can agree with that. That's not criticism of the content. It's criticism of the release and the marketing strategy, which is two different things. criticizing the release is not criticizing the anime. What really annoys me is you get a lot of fanboys out there where if you criticize any element of anything, they start attacking you because this is the greatest series ever in their minds and it can do absolutely no wrong and you can't criticize it in any way because if you do, you're a hater. And it's like, are you 8? Are you 8? Seriously? We're trying to have a discussion here, you know? Yeah. I actually stopped watching the show once season 2 ended, didn't have the motivation once season 3 started up again, but looking at where the story went was really impressive. Yeah. That delay. Season 1 was 2013. That's 10 years ago. Thank God I joined late. Thank God I joined late. Honestly, thank God. I can't even imagine what it was like for you. Drip fed, and I know anime, advertisement for manga. I know. I'm a soulless corpo that wears a suit. I know, I get it. But fuck, 10 years. 10 fucking years. That's one season every 2 years on average. That's like crawling through glass. Ow! Animation tech. Dude, I get it. Like, I play games with multiple titles. I get it. It takes time. Believe me, I do not underestimate the creation process. I appreciate it. What I'm saying is, 10 fucking years is a long time. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the Overlord movie that goes over what they skipped in season 4. Bitch, I'm still waiting for Spice and Wolf season 3. And I watched that back in high school. I graduated university and work full time now. What was another meme for people waiting for something? There was like another series that was waiting for a sequel. I think it was like Devil May Cry. How long was the wait between Devil May Cry 4 and 5? It was like 10 years or a decade or something. Like a ridiculous amount of time. Or even like Mass Effect, for example. You know? It's just like insane, right? Like Code Geass and Evangelion, Rebuild of Evangelion. They're like, it just stopped at some point. It's like, where's part 3? It's like, no one talks about it. They both came out, but I haven't seen it. But you get my point. Like, it's nuts. It's Cyberpunk. Code Geass has already ended. I haven't watched those new movies. You know? I get it. Like, I totally get it. I'm glad you really enjoyed the series. I found it funny that we went through a lot to get you to react to the series since the vote between this and ReZero was a thing. That's why the vote system exists. It exists. Because if something is truly good, it should be able to win. That's the theory. If something is solid, it should be able to win. Should being the key word. I'm not saying that something that doesn't win isn't good. But if it's really good, there should be enough people out there that think this is some good shit. Like, Kuma should probably watch it. Like, then you know what I mean? It's a system to filter out stuff. You know, like The amount of time Eren wanted Mikasa to obsess over him after his death. Is it maybe a little bit of a savior complex? I don't know. I mean, this is a rabbit hole discussion that I would probably be better equipped to do after I edit out the YouTube thing, because I know when I edit out something, I pick up little things, and a lot of times in Discord, I go to the thread and I chat with people. Like, I'm editing out bits and pieces of Naruto Shippuden now, and I'm like going to the chat and start chatting with people. It's like, hey, I noticed this in this episode and this. So it's probably going to happen now that I can go to the AoT spoilers chat. I'll probably be better equipped to talk about it later when I re-see parts. I'll be looking at the series from a completely different lens. Yeah. Thank you for all the good AoT streams, Kuma. Always been fun hearing your rants and ramblings throughout all this, and to chat as well as for always having good discussions. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's an absolute pleasure. I enjoy, and I stopped watching anime at uni, but I enjoy it now because I have people to discuss it with. Like when I was watching it, someone would just recommend me an anime. I would watch it, but I wouldn't have anyone to discuss it with. I would go on like forums and I would go on 4chan and things like that, but I didn't have people to regularly discuss it with, right? Now I do. I have like a whole community of people that I can react with and talk to and discuss things with. I enjoy this. This is amazing. For me, this is freaking amazing. This is my happy time. I was happy to see a lot of votes for Mushoku Tensei. I hope it will happen again during the next vote. Whenever I hear Tensei, and I know like this is just me because Kuma's being, I always keep thinking of Naruto Shippuden where they fucking revive dead people. Like that's not what Tensei means. Like it's a word that could be used. Like I know, but in my head I see Tensei, I'm like fuck dead people, like coming back. Seeing a story, something end is so satisfying. Like among my favorite manga, only 2 or 3 are actually ended. The rest is either cancelled or on hiatus or going. That hurts. That hurts. Yeah, that hurts like a bitch. Ending is always such a hard thing, but I will say that I appreciate being able to end a story instead of having an open ending. And I know it's such a trope within anime that you have an open ending. And in some cases, I say it's okay because you can have the discussion of what happened. But I firmly do believe that sometimes having the ability to just close the book and it's just the end is also a very good thing. It really depends on what's appropriate for the story. What do you want to leave your audience with at the end of the day? Is it something that you want them to discuss? Could this happen? Could that happen? Could that happen? Which, of course, can be a good thing. But sometimes the message is simply, this is what happened. What you take away from that is yours. I'm going to rewatch AoT when the dub comes. Interesting. I wonder if I resync the whole reaction with the dub, will it get copyright claims? Probably not. But could I be bothered to do it? Probably not. It's all on Patreon, so if you really want to, go watch it there. Apparently, Ishiyama said he wanted to punish the reader when making Attack on Titan. All I gotta say is you don't know what pain is. If you think this is punishment, pack your bags, I'll show you suffering. Naruto has ended. Granted Boruto, but Bleach manga ended and anime is heading towards that end too. Even One Piece is in its final stage after 25 years. Don't be sad it's over, be happy it happened. I really enjoyed Bleach, really. Really enjoyed Naruto from what I watched it, really. But at the same time, I firmly believe that ending it when it's appropriate and leaving a good message is better than keeping it alive indefinitely and milking it until the cow's decomposed and there's no more milk coming out. That's just the wrong way to go. Now, I know that method is a lot more profitable, but Jesus Christ, let it go at a certain point, At a certain point, you've told the story you wanted to say, close it. Close it. Don't keep milking it. It's sad. It's sad. That's good. And you get that little bit of it's over now. Now what? Well, luckily there's plenty of content. But look, that was nice. That was nice. I think we're about an hour over. We're supposed to start Alien at 6:30. Lucky I cooked Hutchins some food so she's not going to kill me. Doing an 8-9 hour stream. Jesus, I'm going to die. How the hell am I supposed to do Alien after this? I'm probably going to need a few shots of coffee. I need to go from this to play a survival horror game. And I'm I'm about to sleep. Streams take it out of you. After 4 or 5 hours of streaming, you're kind of and I'm going to be pushing 8 hours. I'm going to be dead tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. Shit. So that's going to be fun. There's an after party in AoT for the 10 years. I mean, Japan is always fun, and I'm sure AoT is going to get a much bigger after party than the Devil May Cry 5 thing that they got during the release in Akihabara. I was there, and it was just a cafe, and there was not many people, and I'm really? Devil May Cry 5, and this is the best you've got? I'm Capcom. But not as bad as Konami. Also, I think we have the OVAs can react to a later time Levi and Annie's OVA. I think like the main story for me was 1,000 times more important than kind of like OVA and character arcs. Like a bit like fillers, I believe you watch the main story and then you can kind of focus on fillers and OVA because you're not at the back of your mind thinking about the main story. You've done that, so now you can actually focus in on the characters themselves and be invested in it rather than like, but what about the main story? You know, you don't get distracted by it. And we could do that at some point in time or something or never or like, we'll see. Like, we'll see. Are you doing AoE memes next weekend or something? Well, this is a special stream outside of normal times. Like, I don't know. I don't know about memes or discussions. I'll edit this out. I'll upload it. I'll chat to people on Discord and see what we want to do. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like, we'll see. There's not like a plan in place. But we'll see.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.